Yep, those sucked. Very frustrating game. Habs lose against Minnesota. You know it sucks really hard when one of the positive things about the game is that the opposite goalie got a shutout. Like the biggest ovation in the Bell Center today was for the other goalie. Obviously, very well deserved. Marc-Andre Fleury, hockey legend, you know. He very much deserves it. Quebec native and just absolute legend. Yes, I'm showing the consolation cat. I need a hug, something after that frustrating game. Anyways, just this is gonna be a fairly short video. I don't even have a lot of things to say. Minnesota played their game. I'm very upset. They played yesterday. Minnesota played yesterday against the Leafs. They beat the Leafs. They played a intense game against them. Do you expect better from the Habs after that? Like you're playing against a tired team supposedly. You're coming off out of three games losing streak. Let me rephrase that. You've lost 3 in a row. You're playing against a team that is in the second half of a back-to-back. They had a decent start to the first, but Minnesota just played their game, which is very boring hockey, very defensively responsible hockey. They didn't allow us much. I think we had 3 shots in the first, like 5 in the second or something like that. We got a lot more in the third. Fleury was there when he was needed. Frustrating. Like that's it. Like they frustrated the players. It was frustrating as fans. Nothing was going on for the Habs. Like puck was bouncing off of their sticks. Offsides being called, some penalties that weren't called against us. We do get a power play. Well, that was a little bit of a bright spot. You can see the Wild playing line blocking him immediately, and the Habs play the 4v3 actually pretty well. They find Caulfield in the spot, who's made that his spot now after Laine took over his office, his previous office. So that was nice, but we were down by 3 at that point. So like you're expecting more from the only power play you're probably gonna get, right? You're expecting a goal. You're expecting something else, right? I don't know. It was. I said in my recordings that it would have been a positive power play if he had been in the first, or if it had been in a tied game or where you're winning, you know, like it would have been like, yeah, you know, that's nice to see for a power play. It being your only chance or one of your best chances at scoring when you need to score with 10 minutes left or something like that in the third, down by 3, like as soon as the second power play unit comes out with a minute left, I'm like, all right, yeah, nothing's gonna happen. I don't know. I would leave the first power play, first unit out there for longer, or I don't know, find a whistle, take the timeout. Martin didn't take his timeout at all. I think he's a little bit conservative with the timeouts. I don't know what's he's waiting to use it. He doesn't use it at the end when we're losing by a bunch, and we pull the goalie and whatnot, and our guys are all tired. There is a whistle, and I'm like, okay, timeout, or recoup, get a play going, whatnot. Nah. Why? Why not use it? I don't know. We miss Gouli. If you missed the news, Gouli out with a lacerated quad. Apparently, he cut his own quad with his skates. You know, freaky accident last game. He catches a rut in the ice, falls awkwardly, and his skate catches his quad. And apparently, there was a lot of blood. It didn't show during the transmission, but there was news today that apparently it was like really bad and he's out for the season, if not even longer. So that sucks, obviously. And we call Struble. We have we shuffled the defensive pairings again, so they don't have experience with each other, no synergy, and it showed. Like, not a lot, you know, but you have small defensive gaps, and that's the Minnesota Wild gameplay. Like, they suffocate you defensively, and then they capitalize on your mistakes. So we have one or two mistakes, and they bury the puck, right, for the first and second goal. The third goal was so dumb. I was so mad, but I'm gonna get there later. So it's Matheson on his left with Carrier again, but the second one, instead of being Hudson and Savard like the projected lineups were, actually it was Jackeye on the left with Hudson on the right, and then the third pairing was Struble on the left with Savard on the right, which I kind of like the decision, because otherwise you leave Jackeye with Struble, which are like not the best pairing. I know they played together well at the start of the season, but that's a lot of responsibilities on two guys that don't have a lot of experience yet, right? And you can say the same with Hudson and Jackeye, but I think Hudson is fairly smart, and obviously he has a lot of minutes and whatnot. So Jackeye with a lot more responsibilities tonight, and I think he delivered in most of the time. We did get scored on for one of his lapses in defense, but like, I don't know, what, you can't expect that much from a guy that has been working on playing on third pairing defensive minutes, right? Our first line was pretty fun whenever they had the puck. Slav was playing with an extra gear in there. That was cool to see. Gallagher with a few chances here and there. I don't think it was a good game by Evans overall. Harvey Pinard, he showed a little flash at the first, some speed, fairly invisible after. Hudson got hit hard. Actually, that was he is very smart. He's very what's it called? What's the word? Like, he gets lost and he moves very well, right? So it's hard for them to hit him, but the puck rolls off his stick. He leans forward and he gets hit hard. Thankfully, he's okay. It reminded me a lot of the Dart injury last season, where he like leans in forward for the puck and just like someone checks him and falls and breaks his jaw. So reminded me a lot of that. I was very scared that Hudson was going to be hurt, but thankfully he's okay. What else? Like, not a lot of happened during the game. Like, it was a very boring game. I was sleepy. Like, during the first, I was fairly sleepy. And the first 10 minutes, I was like snoozing a little bit, and then like they score, and they scored 2 in 2 minutes or something like that. And then finally in the third, when we started getting some momentum, when we started getting some chances, and Anderson has an amazing shift where he shoots like 5 pucks on goal. Fleury has to come out with incredible saves. And we're like, okay, yeah, this is it. Now it's our turn. Let's go. Then Savard's stick. One of the Minnesota Wild players that didn't have a stick just grabs Savard. Everybody's calling for the penalty. The refs don't call it. I didn't like the refs this game. I usually don't complain much about them, but I didn't like it. So Savard is late. Then the puck skips over his stick or something like that. I forget exactly how it went, but Newhook is there. He can corral the puck, and it's in our goal. It's in the net. You had just started to show some good opportunities, some momentum here, some energy. Anderson did with that huge shift, and you're expecting, the next lines to carry on that momentum, and we get scored immediately right after. It was over after that. Yeah, we get the power play like I mentioned, but like, we're not scoring 3 on them. Heck, we haven't scored at all on them this season. I think the first game they won 3-0 as well. It's 4-0 on this one. You know, somewhat of a good effort out there without the goalie. But just very frustrating overall. I know I said that word so many times, but it sucks. It sucks that they get somewhat rewarded. That the Wild get somewhat rewarded for playing the way they play, because it's such boring hockey. But like someone said, I don't know who it said, but they don't ask how, they ask how many. And like, it doesn't matter how boring your hockey is if you're winning. Who cares, right? I kind of wish that with the time the Habs had for this game, they had prepared a little better. I feel like they didn't have an answer to Minnesota's play. They tried a few things here and there. Like maybe they started figuring it out in the third, but a little too late. What else is there to mention? Dabish with his first regulation loss. I think it was Jackie's birthday today. It's been birthday streak the last few games. I think it was Newhook's birthday last game, and then was before that it was Doc's birthday. Maybe the Habs just don't win when it's someone's birthday. What else is there to say? I already gave Fleury his flowers. See what I did there? I already showed the consolation cat. Show him a little more. We all need it. This is for all you Habs fans that are struggling after that. After watching that, Slav hit a post after a really good pass by Hudson. Hudson generated some good offensive chances. I think Hudson has had the most shot on goals after the second. Ridiculous. He also had a huge slap shot, which was surprising. Even the commentators were like, wow, you don't see that often from Hudson. It was nice. I think Hudson played overall a pretty good game. He had, I think, one giveaway, and I think he got scored on once, but he showed good speed at the end. I got feedback that the mic was blocking the cat last video. Anyways, he got good speed at the end when he was on empty net, and the puck was going down the ice, and he actually beat his man. It reminded me of one of his first few games against Detroit, where something similar happened and he didn't have enough speed to catch up to them. But he does now. He did. He recognized it early and knew he needed to put the pedal on the metal to catch the puck and not allow them to score. We do get scored on in the empty net in the end, anyways. Way after that, but it was good to see Hudson with even when you probably know you're gonna lose, he was still. So it's hard for the players to give everything they've got, but Hudson does it. So yeah, really good to see from your rookie. You expect to see a bit more from the other lines. I think Duck overall didn't have a good game. You've seen him play better. Newhook was a little invisible as well. Laine had some dog in him, actually. He has a really good hit, and then he was fast and had a good stick here and there. He had a 2-on-1 in the first, I think it was, or late in the second. He decides to pass to Dvorak, out of all people. Dvorak is out there just to threaten the pass, not for you to actually pass it. You're the shooter. You're passing it to a guy that just never scores. Why would you pass it? Are you doing him any favors? You owe him one? I don't know what that was, but Laine needed to shoot that one. He was so close and just decides to pass, and the pass gets blocked too, so he doesn't even create a scoring chance. Didn't like that, but overall I did like some things about Laine's game. I don't know what else is there to say. We killed the power play. Yay. Yeah. Frustrated. Anyways, short video. The Habs now go on a 3-game road trip, California road trip. So it's gonna be a bunch of late games. So I think we start in Anaheim on Sunday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that's gonna be fun. I'll probably watch the games and make the video on the next day, early the next day. But they need to win that one. Anaheim is not one of the good teams in the NHL, and they have been struggling against not the good teams. Now against the good teams as well, and the Jets and Minnesota, right? But if we're gonna regain any momentum, if we're gonna regain anything to stay in the hunt for that wild card spot, we need to win that game on Sunday. It's a must win, and carry that momentum to the other games and try to regain some of our good plays and how we've been playing before this week, before the last 5 games or something like that. Obviously 4 losses, but even when we won, we weren't playing great. It's frustrating because you know they have it in them. They're tired. They're losing a couple people. They're losing Heinemann. They're losing Gulli, right? You know it's in them. You know they can play such good hockey. So it's frustrating to see them get shut down like that. Anyways, Sunday. Oh, I've been forgetting. I wanted to start closing my videos with asking you guys for feedback. I don't care about likes, dislikes, comments, or yada yada. I'm not gonna ask for any of that. But I do want to ask you, if you're watching, give me feedback. Do you like what you see? Would you like to see something else? Would you like me to focus on something else? More on other stuff? Do you like the cat? Do you not like the cat? Etc. Let me know. If it's via thumbs up, thumbs downs, that also works. But yeah, I'll appreciate your feedback. So any feedback is really appreciated. And I'll see you on Monday morning after Sunday late game versus Anaheim. Go Habs, go!